Hey everyone, very good evening. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, please be informed that I share some real and practical trading tips to help you become a better trader. So, in today's video, again, let me take you through the trades that were traded by me, and also will explain the logic behind the trades. Okay, so moving ahead, let me first bring in the app screenshot of the trades that I took. Right. So in total, I took 7 trades. Okay, and out of the 7 trades, 5 trades were in profit, and 2 of the trades were in losses. But the losses were booked at a very minimal point. Okay, so we have to always make sure that whatever profits we are making, they are much more higher than the losses. That is the mantra about trading, and that should take care of every single thing. Okay, that is the only thing that will make sure that you are a profitable trader. Okay, let me zoom in a bit here so that things are more clearer. Okay, so Bank of Baroda, a sell trade was taken. This was a loss, as you can see here. That was the first trade of the day. Then I was trying my hands out on Nifty, what is that called, options, Nifty options. So I went for a CE buy. Okay, I bought a Nifty CE because I was anticipating that Nifty will go up for a moment. So that was a profitable trade. I'll not be able to explain the things because I don't know anything about options. Okay, so I was just seeing the futures chart and I just took up a trade in options. Okay, but anyways, it was profitable because the move matched with the futures chart. Okay, moving on to the ICICI Bank, that was the third trade of the day. It was the sell trade that I took, and it was the loss as well. And I will explain why I lost in Bank of Baroda and ICICI, because I had some work in the second half of the day, and I was not able to wait for the entire day for the stocks to, come down as I anticipated. So I booked my losses very early, but with very small losses. If I would have waited for the entire day, I would have been in profits in ICICI and Bank of Baroda as well. Okay, I will explain that when we get onto the charts. Okay, next was Axis Bank. Again, it was a sell trade. I was profitable in that. Then I took the Bank Nifty futures trade. As you can see here, it was a sell trade, and I was again profitable in that. And seeing the futures chart, I again took up a Bank Nifty options PE trade, which was a buy. And again, I was in profit because the moves matched the futures move as well. Okay, and finally, I took a crude oil trade again, and I was profitable in that as well. Okay, so this was all about the trading screenshot. Okay, that was taken from the app itself. Let me minimize that and let's move on to the charts. Okay, right. So let me just a moment. Let me take this here. Okay, so let's start with Bank of Baroda, guys. Okay, so the yellow line that you see here, that was the sell entry that was initiated. Okay, S1 was breached, so it was telling us that Bank of Baroda might go down further. So I took an entry here, and yeah, and the stop loss. The stop loss should be above the S1 line somewhere here, right? Because at that moment we did not have a swing high create, right? So this was not created or this was not created. So at that point in time, your stop loss should be at any price above S1. And since we are trading a 300 rupees script, and normally I aim for 1:1, so I target for around 3 rupees, and I keep a stop loss of around 3 rupees. So this matches all the rules, and hence it should be a stop loss. Okay, so as you can see here, the trade was taken here and it took quite a long time. It was absolutely sideways, and finally it gave a move here. at this point, but I exited my trade here. Okay, as I said, I was having some work, so I had to leave. So I decided to take a loss of around 85 paise and come out of the trade. So basically, if you would have traded with just one lot of Bank of Baroda, which holds a lot size of 2925 shares, you would have faced a loss of 2486.25 rupees. Okay, now if we talk about the uh, price action for the guys who follow the price action, let's say for the guys who follow the price action, obviously you will not take a trade here, right? Because there is no structure here, right? So basically, if you talk about the price action, this came down, went up, okay, and then it again came down, went up, came down. But the thing is, there is no point for you to take up the trade. You cannot take up a trade here because this low was not breached. You cannot take up a trade here because this low was not breached. And the same thing kept happening for this entire duration. This was a very strong support. So basically, your short trade would have been initiated somewhere here at this candle. Okay, so basically this is the patience level you should be having if you are a price action trader, right? So basically you see a support here, and that support is being tested multiple times throughout the day, and finally when the support breaches, that is the time when you initiate your sell trade, and you sorry, you would be awarded by the market. Okay, some might say that we can also take up a trade here at this point, right? And why do you say that? Because the market went up, came down, went up, came down, went up, came down. And this is the point where the market actually breached that particular resistance. These are the resistances, right? So this candle actually breached. Let me bring in the arrow. So this candle is actually the candle which breached that particular resistance. So I would have taken up a trade at that point in time. But the answer is no. Why? Because you see a resistance here, right? We have a clear resistance here. S1 line is the resistance. So you cannot take up a trade at this point, and you cannot, uh, you don't have a space to book your profits, to earn the profits. That is the whole point. Just breaking the resistance is not enough. You have to make sure that above that there is no resistance. But here clearly we have a resistance. है ना? So there is no trade as such at this moment. So the right trade will be at this point. Okay. So hope that is clear. Now let's move on to the next one. Next one is ICICI Bank. Okay. So ICICI Bank, as I said again, uh, it was a loss, and I booked a loss of around 3.9 rupees. Okay, and the trade was here. I took up the trade here because S1 was breached, and I was expecting the guy to be moving down further. So my entry was here. I initiated a sell trade here, and it was coming down. Obviously, it was coming down. Okay, but again, I had to decide to book out a loss because I had some work I had to go out. So I booked out a loss at around 3.9 rupees, which you can take it as 4 rupees. Remember, we are trading a 1300 rupees script. So taking up a loss of 4 rupees is not a big deal at all. But the thing is, if I would have sorry, if if I would have stayed back, I'm sorry for that English. So if I would have stayed back, then I would have been in profits clearly, because it did move by the end of the day. It did move down as I anticipated. Okay, so this is how it went, guys. And for the guys who follow the price action again, uh, so right, so this was the structure that was made, right? It came down, it moved up, it came down, it moved up, but this high was not breached, and then this low was breached. So this was your entry for the guys who follow the price action only. So this was your entry for your sell trade. Okay, and you see it went down all the while. So basically, if I talk just about me, I booked a loss of around 3.9 points. So if somebody would have traded with one lot of ICICI Bank, he or she would have faced a loss of around 2,730 rupees. Clear? Let's move on to the next one. Next one is Axis Bank. Okay, Axis Bank, a beautiful trade. So as you can see here, I took up a trade here. Okay, it breached S1 and I initiated a sell trade here. My stop loss was at the recent swing high. This time it is here. Okay, now this is also a swing high, but I did not place my stop loss here because we are trading a 1300 rupees script. Okay, so this price was matching the stop loss. It was around 10 to 12 rupees stop loss. So you need to give the space to the stock to move. You need to give some space for the stock to prove that you are right. Okay, that your anticipation is right. So please select the right stop loss. When I say your stop losses should be just above the swing high or swing low, and when you see such instances, please apply some common sense and make sure that your stop losses gives some space for the stocks to move. Okay, so hope the point is clear. So back to the topic. I took up my sell trade here, right? And it fell beautifully down, and I booked my profit at around 11.40 points. Okay, that is very much very close to the 1% move that I talk about. Okay, so I booked out my profits here. Okay, now let's move on. Let me explain the price action for the guys who follow it. So basically, a structure was made here when it came down, right? It came down, went up, and again started falling. You cannot take a buy trade here because this point was anyways not breached, right? This was not breached. So your trade will be if this low is broken or breached. And I can see here, as you can see, it was breached and it fell further. Okay, so your uh, point of initiation of the sell trade will be at this point. And as you can see, it went down beautifully. Okay, so this was all about what was that? Axis Bank, right? Yeah. So basically, if you would have just traded with one lot of Axis Bank, and if you would have made a profit of 11.40 points, then your profit would be around 7,125 rupees. Okay, now let's move on to Bank Nifty. That would be the last trade that I took in futures. Okay, again, beautiful chart. I made a profit of around 125 points in Bank Nifty. Clear strategy, right? Clear instructions. S1 was breached, right? S1 was breached at this very candle, right? This black candle that you see here, that breached the S1. So you can take your entry at this candle's opening price, okay? And place your stop loss somewhere here, okay? Just above, uh, sorry, just above the, I won't say the swing high. The swing high has not been formed here. So you can place your stop loss above the day's high. Okay, and that should surely match 2 to 250 points or 150 to 200 points. Don't take a stop loss more than that. Okay, so basically, back to the entry point. So this was the entry point. I shorted Bank Nifty here, and it easily gave me 100 to 120 points. And to be precise, I booked it around 128 points. And as you can see here, it went down further, right? So this was a kind of support that was provided, and once the support was breached, it fell beautifully down. Okay, so again, if you want to talk about the price action here, let me explain. So basically, the structure was made here, okay, and your entry would be at this point, right? Because it made a low, it made a high, it came down again, and it breached the low. So you expect the stock to be falling further. So this point would be your sell trades initiation point. Okay, so this is how it went, guys. So the profit made was, as I said, it was 128 points. So if you would have traded with just one lot of Bank Nifty with a lot size of 30 shares, right? Your profit would have been 3,840 rupees. Okay, so overall it was kind of 6,000 rupees profit. Okay, so this is how the day went for me. Okay, just a moment. So this is how the day went for me, guys. If we just talk about the one bank nifty trade and the three equity futures trade, just by trading with one lot each, today you would have earned around 6,000 rupees. Okay, and this is for a day, and we are talking about trading with just one lot. Please don't forget that. Okay, so that's it from my end for today, guys. I hope you all would have planned for a great weekend. I wish you a very happy weekend ahead. Take a break from the candlesticks, and we will smash the market on Monday. Yep. So, if you found this helpful, smash that like button, share this with your trading friends, and drop a comment below if you have any queries. Let's help each other grow as traders. And of course, if you haven't yet, please do subscribe to the channel for more real and practical trading insights. Thank you for watching. Trade simple, trade smart, and I will see you all in the next video. Until then, happy trading and take care of yourselves. Bye bye.